Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Robbie's vlog. And I think he got a hair behind on this. He's also been eating a little worse this week. He apologized to me and said, I've been living life a little bit this week. Hope everything's good with him. Like, it's fine, Robert. You've made ridiculous progress. I mean, the guy's pretty much at a 5+ plate deadlift. When he started as a skinny hard gainer 2 years ago, we put over 20 kilos on him, so almost close to 50 pounds of body weight. We've well over doubled his strength, actually considerably more than doubled on pretty much every exercise. So, I kind of laugh when he says it. I'm like, Robert, it's fine. You're not competing in anything. You don't have powerlifting meet or a photo shoot or anything else coming up. Who cares, right? We're just getting you jacked and strong. And he's like, yeah, exactly. And, we've been doing this 2 years, and, Robert buys 6-month packages from me at a time, because he's confident that he's going to get the results he wants. So this week on benching, on his 90% training max week, he got 4 reps on his close grip bench. And yeah, we bench close grip for him. A lot of my guys bench wide, I bench close. A couple of my guys bench only close. It just has to do with different people's shoulders and their structures. And in his case, wider grip benching is always hurt. It's always hurt, even with lightweight. So we just don't do it. And you guys know that, though, that Robert has a history of a lot of joint and tendon problems. And it started with him being really, really underweight, which you guys saw in part 1 of this, of how skinny he was. So we've worked on that. But benching went good. Then, of course, we followed up with some pull-ups and, a little bit of other back work, chest work, depending on what we have available, whether he's at the big public gym or his home gym. Squat day went phenomenal. He got 6 reps on his best set, that we built up to for the plus set at 90%. So, I mean, when we say that, we're talking about with 175 kilos as his training max, and he has hit 180 kilo squat actually in training, but we're running the training max there. So when we talk about that, it's 85% of that is around 150 kilos for 6. Right? We're doing pretty good. That's mid 300s in pounds. It's real good. And of course, as you guys know, I let him do his back off work and stuff with the different bars, the specialty bars. And the reason for that is because, again, his shoulders get inflamed easy. So if he wants to use a buffalo bar or his camber bar or whatever, it's fine. We don't care because it's still a back squat. We're still getting the volume in. Even though I have him on a very high specificity program right now, we don't mind rotating in specialty bars to deal with joint problems, tendon inflammation, things like that. And that's one of the beautiful things about specialty bars. I always tell that to people. They're like, what's the point of all these bars? Well, we could argue about working different muscles in different angles. And we should make that point, because again, we talk about hitting stuff from slightly different angles over time to get better overall hypertrophy. Yep, that's a big part of it. Avoiding overuse injuries by rotating bars. Yep, that's a big part of it. But a lot of these bars were often designed for people with different problems, different minor injuries, different inflammation, particularly shoulder stuff. So if you look at a lot of these specialty bars for squatting, almost every one of them is easier on your shoulders than the straight bar. Even easier on the elbows and stuff for people who have problems with that. Okay. How about the football bar? He's got a football bar, actually. You see it down there. Same thing. Same thing. That was invented for football players who have beat up shoulders, and we rotate it in for him sometimes. It also happens to work a different angle, so it's real useful. I mean, I have those same bars. I have 3 different football bars. Okay, they're good stuff, and again, we can build muscles from different angles with them on our rep work, while changing the stressors on the joints. Again, that football bar, known for being real easy on the shoulders. So in his case, if his shoulders are inflamed a little bit, guess what? We can do the squatting with that cambered bar or his safety bar, which we're doing lunges here with now. I love the safety bar for single leg movements. You guys have probably noticed this. because it's easier. It's easier to set up. We're not putting all that stress on our shoulders and having to get tight. We can run this bar for all these single leg movements, whether it's lunges, whether it's step ups, whether it's split squats. It works great. A lot of my clients you guys see doing that stuff for good reason. But the same thing happens here, and this is a good lower body workout. We ramp to that peak set of squats. We can do sets of 10 with one of the bars, the camber bar, for back squatting. And we can do these lunges with the safety bar, right? Built all the muscles of the squat up. Built all the muscles of the squat, and now we've done it with multiple exercises. We've hit a few different angles. And then, of course, he does his hanging leg raises afterwards. Now, he also told me, he's like, Coach, overhead day was a disaster, because he's cleaning the weight up and he only got like 4 reps and then failed a rep at 90% training max. I'm like, yeah, but you got more than 3. How's that a disaster? Of course, his ceiling, you guys laugh. When we do the leg raises with this low ceiling, he hits the ceiling. Same thing when he does pull-ups in here, he taps his head on every rep. It just is what it is. Part of the little tight space he's got with the home gym when he's not at the big commercial gym. Because he goes back and forth between the two. Commercial gym's bigger, nicer. He's got dumbbells, all that other stuff. But, of course, he doesn't have all his specialty bars. So it's give or take, But the overhead press, he's cleaning it up. And I reminded him, number 1, you were talking about fatigue. Number 2, you're cleaning the weight up. You're not getting it out of the rack. Of course, it's going to be a little harder. Right? You would have got 5 reps instead of 4 had you done it out of the rack at the gym. But you know what? Gets him big and strong and thick. Right? All this barbell movements, cleaning this stuff up. There's something to be said for that. Not to say I don't like conjugate training, because I do. But if we're going to come back to just some real big basics, a lot of what we do with Robbie right now is that. Right? He's run conjugate before. I may take him back to conjugate. But these 5-3-1 variants and where he does stuff like that works great. Deadlifts, phenomenal. We got 5 reps with 207 kg. Hey, that's PR. That is PR territory. Means he can definitely pull 5 plates easy. Right? Because look at what we've got there on there. 4 plates aside and some change. Pretty good size change. Okay. That's over 450. Got 5 reps. Then, of course, we do back off work, and then he does his 45-degree hyperextensions. Again, building the whole posterior chain up afterwards on the deadlift. Right, so that's how we do it. And that pretty much sums up Robbie's training week. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.